record my lesson, so just wait a second. Flip.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, now we have our picture. So, just think for just a second. Look at your picture, all right? And I want you to think, if you were in this picture, what is something that you could reach out and touch? Be very, very broad with your answer. I want you to say who you think it is, what you think it is. Just tell me what it is. Liam, what do you see in the picture?
The mountaintop.
You see the mountaintop, right? Good. Walter, what do you see?
Maybe like there's like two planes or two like groups.
Two
Kind of
groups.
science section.
Okay. What do you think, Nova?
Seems like there's a fortress.
Fortress. Oh, that's a good word. That's a good word. Lily, what do you see?
A tent.
A tent. Good. Sam? Never mind. Okay, Natalie, what do you see?
Old guys.
Oh, okay. Old guys. Don't infer that they're old. They're just guys. All right. KJ.
They're soldiers.
Soldiers. All right. Wyatt. All right. That's okay. Malcolm, what do you see?
A bunch of hats.
A bunch of hats. All right. Layla.
I see like two horses.
Two horses. That's important. We'll remember that. Lily.
The American flag.
American flag. That's another good one. All right. And Manny.
Paper.
You see a paper. That's another important thing. That's the thing we're trying to figure out. All right. We'll do a couple more. Walter.
This guy we had a trumpet.
You think it's a trumpet?
He's
All
like
right, all
there's
right.
some golden thing.
Some golden thing. All right. Nova.
It looks like there's weapons.
Weapons. All right. All right.
I
Now,
think
hold
that's
on.
enough
Hold on. Chill out. We ain't done. We ain't done. So now that we've made our broad observations, I want you to dig a little bit deeper. Now we can start to infer. Now we can try to think who these people are. Why are there horses there? All right. So Malcolm, can you tell me why do you think why are there horses there?
I see like a bunch of weapons in the back.
Oh, good. You do see weapons. So why do you think there's weapons in this picture, Malcolm? You can tell me.
They might be fighting.
You think they're fighting? Okay. Nova, what's something you think? Why are they here? Why are these people here?
There's a war.
You think there's a war going on, Sam?
I think they're there because there's like a battle.
Good. All right, now I want to dig a little bit deeper. Who do we think this guy is? Y'all can say it out loud.
George Washington!
George Washington. Y'all are right. I was really thinking I was right. Y'all are right. All right, so if this is George Washington, who is that guy? Y'all may have no idea.
Thomas Jefferson.
You think it's Thomas Jefferson? Walter, who do you think it is?
Like that guy's trying to become the next president.
Okay, you never know. All
Barack
right, that's a
Obama.
good idea. Nova?
Napoleon?
Napoleon, that's a good idea. Wyatt?
Probably like the captain.
He's a captain, all right. Let's move to somebody else. Who do you think this guy is with the sword over here? KJ, who do you think he is?
I think he's one of the. I think because he's like the only one wearing a white coat.
Okay.
I think he might be the general of the army.
Okay, good. All right, so I know someone mentioned horses. Why in the world would there be horses in this war? Manny, why would there be horses here? Right, because there's no cars. That's how they had to get around, right? And I think it was Lily. She mentioned the American flag. How do we know that's the American flag? What tells us that's the American flag, Chance? The picture on it, but what in the picture tells you that it's the American flag? Mariah.
The stars and the red and white
Boom, the red, white, and blue. All right. So now that we've kind of dug a little bit deeper into our picture, and now we gotta move on to clue number 2. Well, bam. So clue number 2. Alright, so clue number 2, you're going to find a little passage in there, and this is why I asked you to have a highlighter or a pencil if you don't have one. And what I want you to do, I want you to read with your table. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. So you're going to read it, and you're going to underline or highlight things that stood out to you in the story.
I got third.
The Siege of Yorktown is what? The first one. Okay, whatever. The Siege of Yorktown is the fighting in the Revolution. During the siege, American landed at a major British. Land surrounded by water on three sides. At Yorktown, Virginia, the siege forced the British to surrender. This effectively guaranteed that the American colonies would win their independence from Great Britain. Charles Cornwallis. How do you say his name?
It's 18 pages, so we can.
Charles Cornwallis was the British commander in southern. In May 1981, he began to move his army
The major British army was the town was Celine surrounded by water on three sides. The siege forced the British army to surrender. So, do you want to know anything in there so far?
The Americans had only about 40,000 forces.
Which one do you want to know on?
Okay, fine, I'll read
That they
it.
surrendered?
Yeah, you read all
Right here.
They were led by the
Sage.
Yep. This effectively guaranteed that the American colonies would win their independence from
and
Great
Frederick
Britain. Yeah, how did you go to? Anything that's
General George
the
Washington
colonies would win their independence from Great Britain. So Charles Cornwallis was the British commander in the Civil In May of 1781, he began to move his army from North Carolina to Virginia. He reached Yorktown in July. Cornwallis had about 7,500 men at Yorktown. The Americans had only about 4,500 troops, so they were led by the Marquis de Lafayette, Frederick William,
They moved south
Washington, the American commander-in-chief, ordered Lafayette to block any possible British escape from Yorktown by land. Meanwhile, 4,000 French soldiers gave Washington 2,500 troops in England. Most of this combined force then moved south and met up with the fleet of 4 French ships. These ships transported to Boulogne. The fleet maintained a sea blockade of Cornwallis. Throughout early October, French and American forces overtook many of the British positions at Meaux. The British were surrounded and running out of food. Cornwallis surrendered his entire army on October 19, 1781.
French and Americans
Good job.
overtook many of the British
Hold on to it.
position at Yorktown.
Oh, I am French.
British were surrounded and running out of food.
Yep, that's good. Keep going. See if you can find anything else. Anything else that stands out? Anything that's important?
October 1978. She said this is
You have to wait. Whenever you say meanwhile, so you don't have that. Meanwhile. No, here, I'll read the rest. Meanwhile, go meanwhile.
You can highlight or you can just underline it. So you don't have a highlighter.
Most of this then was
Yep. So just do the stand out.
met up.
So we're going to discuss it. And just
20 American ships. These ships transformed the troops. William Byrd with the journey of faith. The fleet maintained you can How about we all say October 1917. Okay. Nobody October 19. That was fun. Who is that? Oh my god, we have another black one. You can share. You guys can share. I'm a pop. I'm keeping like this. I'm not sharing. It's not that thing. Okay, guys, stop. That's not What's a lot? Oh, I'm the king.
All right.
What's that?
That's my alarm
So, now that you've had 5 minutes to discuss with your table and to highlight anything that was important or stood out to you, I want to hear from you.
I don't have a highlighter.
You could have underlined it as well with your pencil. Or even if you just remembered it, I just want to hear from you. All right, Layla, what is something that you underlined or highlighted that was important to you?
His army from North Carolina through Virginia.
All right. Walter, what was something important that stood out to you?
The Shred in New York town ended up fighting American Revolution during the Shred American and French forces.
All right, so it was American and French forces, right? So they came
Combined.
together.
Yeah.
All right, KJ, what was important to you?
I underlined that throughout early October, French and American forces overtook many British armies positioned at Yorktown.
All
And then
right.
I underlined also the rest. Because I thought that was really important.
Good, good. All right, Colton, what did you underline or highlight?
Oh, I underlined. He reached Yorktown. Cornwallis had about 7,500 men at Yorktown, but the Americans had only about 4,500 troops.
All right, can you tell me why you highlighted that part? Why was that important? Why did that stand out to you?
Because it shows how many people it's like.
You're right, it does show how many people they have. So who had more people?
Cornwallis.
Cornwallis. And who did Cornwallis represent?
British.
Did he represent America or the British? The British. All right, Sam, what did you notice?
The siege forced the British to surrender this effectively guaranteed that the American colonies would win their independence from Great Britain.
That is very important. I'm so glad that you highlighted that, and we'll touch on that in just a minute. All right, Liam.
Meanwhile, 4,000 French soldiers joined Washington's 2,500 in New York.
Good job. All right, Shams.
Washington, the American commander-in-chief, ordered to block any possible British escape from Yorktown Island.
Good. That is also very important. All right, Nova will be your last one, and then I'll kind of do a brief overview in case anyone was confused.
American and French forces on the land and sea trapped a major British army on a peninsula.
Yep, a peninsula. You're right.
Then what the?
All right, so the biggest thing, right? It says the siege of Yorktown. It ended the fighting in the American Revolution. So it's pretty important. It ended all the fighting in the American Revolution. It ended that war, right? And then at the very end, Sam mentioned that it effectively guaranteed that the American colonies would win their independence from Great Britain. That is also very important. So, who was involved in this battle? Malcolm, who do you think was involved in this battle? Yes, it was it was America versus the British, but who did America align with? Sam? Yes, they started an alliance with France. They called them up. They were like, hey, we need help because these people are in Yorktown and we want them out of here because we want America all to ourselves, right?
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Light bulb going off there. All right, so we all good?
Yeah.
All right, so now we've read this. Does anyone kind of have a better idea of what they think the document that we're trying to figure out is? Give me a thumbs up if you think you might know what it is.
Me.
Give me a thumbs down if you don't think you still don't know what it is.
I don't.
All right, we're kind of in between. We're kind of in between.
Oh, we need some stuff for Lincoln. He just came in.
All right, so now we have our last clue. It's called the video. So clearly not going to pass anything out for this one, but you have to pay very close attention because this clue is very important. It is going to tell you the answer to our mystery.
Ben.
Yes, it is very important that you have to watch our last
I'm
clue.
taking out
You said
the
you
cool
was
one.
allowed.
I'm taking out.
No, just stay where you're at.
Because I see.
And it's really short, but you got to pay really close attention.
The year was 1781. 6 long years have passed since the War for Independence began. Many early battles of the Revolution have been fought in New England and mid-Atlantic colonies. There were victories and defeats on both sides. But in 1777, the American victory at Saratoga forced Great Britain to change its strategy. Instead of attacking American forces where they were the strongest, the British turned south. They believed victory in the South would be easier, since many Southern colonists were still loyal to the king. The British captured important cities along the southern coast, including the ports of Savannah, Georgia, and Charleston, South Carolina. But victory was not as easy as expected. Southern patriots fought back, and the war dragged on. Then in 1781, the commander of the Continental Army, General George Washington, saw an opportunity to strike a deadly blow to the British. His target? British Lieutenant General Charles Cornwallis. Cornwallis and his army of 8,000 British troops were camped at Yorktown, Virginia. Cornwallis chose Yorktown for its location on the Chesapeake Bay. There, British ships could easily drop off food, ammunition, and fresh reinforcements for Cornwallis's army. Washington and French commander Comte de Rochambeau joined forces to execute a two-pronged attack. From New York, 7,000 French and American soldiers would march nearly 700 miles to Yorktown. At the same time, a fleet of 29 French warships would sail north to blockade the Chesapeake Bay and attack Cornwallis by sea. Luckily, the plan worked. The Continental Army and the French fleet both arrived in Yorktown in September. Washington and Rochambeau's soldiers surrounded Yorktown by land, while the French fleet blocked their escape by sea. British General Cornwallis was in a tight spot. He was trapped in Yorktown with no way out and no way to get fresh supplies. It was only a matter of time before the British ran out of food and ammunition. Outside the city walls, Washington and Rochambeau began the siege of Yorktown. For 6 days, they fired on the British defenses. Then, Washington struck. His men charged British lines, broke their defenses, and captured the last British fortifications outside the city. With the Continental Army at the gates, General Cornwallis had no hope for a victory. On October 19, 1781, Cornwallis and his 8,000 British troops laid down their arms. Together, the French and American forces had defeated a large part of the British Army. The surrender at Yorktown was a terrible blow to Great Britain. It forced King George III and Parliament to finally discuss peace. On September 3, 1783, British and American representatives signed the Treaty of Paris. The war was officially over. The Americans had won their independence.
People in this area.
Alright, so just an overview, alright? Just an overview. So did their plan work? Did the British and America, did it work? Were they able to trap? Wait, whoa. I mixed that up. Whoa. Did America and France, were they able to trap the British where they were at?
Yes.
Yes. Did they win the war?
Yes.
Alright.
British gave up.
Oh, don't play again. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Alright, so now we're going to do our little activity called Talking Statues. But first, we got to talk about the rules.
Rules?
Of course there's rules. Are you kidding?
Oh, I know it's myself statue.
Alright, so we have overall rules. You have to stay at your seats when we do it, because there's a lot of you in here. So you have to remain silent the whole time unless you're called on. Why do I want you to be quiet during this? KJ, why do I want you to be
So we
quiet?
can listen to directions.
Well, yes, but what is this called, Nova?
We're statues.
We're statues, right? Do statues talk?
No.
Statues do not talk. And when I say freeze, you freeze. Because do statues move? No, they don't move either. Alright, and the activity rules. So you're going to look at the picture that we've been talking about. And you're going to choose somebody to be in pose. It has to be a person. So you can't be a horse. So don't talk because you're statues. And then Miss Lovins will come around and interview you in characters. So act like the person you chose. Just sit it down on the table, everything you have, because you want to. But before we really get into it, this is supposed to be fun, and it will be as long as you follow the rules. And now before we really get into it, I want to go over just a few people that we know. So who did we say this big old fancy guy was?
George Washington.
George Washington, right? Now this guy, y'all are gonna be like, I have no idea who that guy is.
Thomas Jefferson.
It is not Hamilton. Hamilton's back here.
Alexander. Wait, where's Alexander? Where's Alexander?
It's not Hamilton.
I know one of them is
Alexander
Cornwall.
Hamilton?
It is not Alexander
I know one.
Hamilton.
I know one Cornwall.
All right, so who was our other person that was involved? What was his name?
Cornwall.
Cornwallis. All right, so he's on this side because he represented who?
British.
The British, right? He's on this side. And George Washington represented who?
American.
America. All right, now who was this guy? We had one more person involved in this war.
I don't know his name.
He was French. I'll tell you, his name is Rochambeau. Can you say it with me?
Rochambeau.
All right.
Rochambeau.
So whenever I come to interview you, if you pick one of those people, you better be able to tell me who they are. All right. So I'm gonna give you a few seconds, or you can stand up at your seats. I want you to pick your person and pose. Just pick a person and pose. Pick a person and pose. Alright, y'all ready? And freeze! Alright, we have Miss Lovins down here in Yorktown. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I have no idea who to talk to. So I'm going to try to get some more details about the scene. So what is going on here in Yorktown? Who are you?
That guy.
What's that guy's name?
I don't know. Rochambeau.
There you go. Who do you represent?
Rochambeau.
You are Rochambeau. Whose side are you on?
French.
French. You're from France. Good. Who did you help out in this war?
American.
America. Good. All right. Let's get a little more input. All right. Who are you? Who are you representing? Yeah, you're the corn guy. I'll take it. Cornwallis. All right. So who do you represent in this war? The British. You're right. Say it with confidence, James. You're right. You're right. You are representing the British. All right. We'll talk to a couple more people that are on the scene. All right. Who are you? Why are you here? The French guy. He's got a funky name, doesn't he? Rochambeau. Rochambeau. All right. All right. And you're just here. Are you helping people out? All right. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. We'll talk to one more person on the scene, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up.
We're together. We're one guy.
All right. Who are you, and why are you here down in Yorktown? You are George Washington. Oh my gosh, man of the hour. Who are you representing? America. So how did this war end? You won. So who did you end up beating? The British. So ultimately,
American.
do you get America to yourself finally?
No.
Absolutely. All right, good job, everybody. Give yourself a hand. Y'all really good.
I was the perfect candidate.
I know. You were just so All
No.
right. So now the moment of truth.
No.
The moment of truth. Hey, wrap it up. Wrap it up. All right, the moment of truth. What in the world is that document that we've been trying to figure out? No, but what is it?
The peace treaty.
The peace treaty of what? What is it, Sam?
Treaty of Paris.
The Treaty of Paris. Yes, it's the Treaty of Paris. And the Treaty of Paris got us what? What did it get us, Sam?
Independence.
Independence from who?
Britain.
Britain. Good. All right, now the last thing I need y'all to do for me is you're going to do this graphic organizer. It's very simple, but I need you to do it to the best of your ability. It'll let me know what you've learned and what I could have done better.
I'm not good at this stuff.
You're going to do great. You're going to do fantastic.
Miss Lovins, I don't think that's how.
Absolutely.
Miss Lovins. You're really hot today. He can do it. He wasn't here. Yes, he was. I came back then.
I don't know the topic.
Wait, do we put for the topic like
The rainbow basin.
Yes. What's your name?
No.
What was the overall thing that we? Hey! You can hear me, class once. What do you think we're gonna put for our topic? What was the main topic we talked about today? What was the battle of what? Yorktown. Thank you, Sam. The battle of Yorktown. All right.
I wasn't here for What is these?
You gotta do the whole paper.
I don't have it.
Libra.
I'll give you just a second. So it says, in their own words, describe 4 things you learned today. Stand out.
I saw Britain.
Alright, and once you have completed your graphic organizer, I want you to turn in your paper on the front table and then independent read until we have to go. What do you do if you need help? No, you raise your hand.
Wow.
It says, what are 4 things that you learned today in your own words?
I don't know how to put it in like my own words.
Just gotta read that.
That's okay. That's okay. Keep going. What's our next one? What are 2 questions you have? 2 things you still don't know.
Why they have the no
That's a good one. How do you think war started? Okay, that's a good question.